Divergent is another film featuring young people coming of age and learning about life in a world different to ours, and that's based on a book which I imagine fits neatly into the young adult fiction section of most shops. I knew nothing about it before going to see it, and I don't think I even saw a trailer. I just saw it was out and thought going in cold might be rewarding. The plot unfolds here in a very similar way to Harry Potter, Hunger Games, The Mortal Instruments, and that other saga that I won't bother mentioning, though it begins with T. And we follow the protagonist on her journey into adulthood and learn with her about how everything is supposed to work. And in Divergent, we're in a post-apocalyptic future Chicago, where as far as everyone knows, Chicago is the only part of the world worth living, and society is divided into factions, into which everyone's sorted based on their personality type and talents and interests. So the film title Divergent refers to anyone who's a little bit better rounded than that and could fit into more than one category, which makes them society's misfits. So we see the main character Beatrice reach the age of majority and make the choice, join her faction and begin the initiation process, and the plot develops from there. On the whole, the film's pretty well paced and it's entertaining, and the dialogue is good and the performances are solid and the action's engaging, while you're given plenty of time to get involved with the characters. The world it's set in is different enough that if you don't know anything about it before the beginning of the film, then your interest is held pretty firmly as you're introduced to it. The questions you have about how it works don't really come in until later. You just sort of take it all on board and get swept away with the narrative, and that's a really good thing. And for the first 90 of the 143 minutes running time, I have to say I was really enjoying it. There were elements of plenty of films I liked combined in a way that came across as pretty fresh to me. Then it got undermined slightly by development of romance between two of the characters, which I felt the story really didn't need. I don't know why, but whenever anyone writes a story for teenagers or that has teenagers in the main roles of the story, they have to address the question of who's going to smooch whom at some point. It's as if the reader is only interested in that. I think they're just insulting the reader there. They're certainly insulting me, but I'm not a teenager. But that came and went pretty quickly before it had a chance to ruin the film, so I quickly forgot about it. I'll give credit to the film for not dwelling on it for too long and getting on with it. But unfortunately, the plot started to unravel itself anyway. As the developments arose one by one, more and more of the initial premises were undermined, and by the end of the film I was more interested in the questions that I'd formed in my head about how such and such would work in this system than I was in what lay next for the characters following the end of the film. Ultimately, you're going to be entertained. Just don't be fooled into thinking that you're going to get a real cerebral exercise out of this. It's just a fun story. It's perhaps got less charm than the best of these types of films, but plenty of points scored for original use of old themes. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone who only goes to the cinema once or twice a month, but if you go all the time like me, it's worth taking the time to see it. And I'm not going to let this video finish without opening up the obvious question. If we've got these 5 factions available for any of you to choose, the abnegation, which is all about selflessness and helping other people; amity, which is all about hard work and productiveness; the dauntless, the people who aren't scared of very much and end up as soldiers; the erudite, who are the intellectual; and the candor, who are the honest people who are responsible for upholding the law. If you were making the choice, what would you go for? I think I'd probably go for candor. I thought about erudite, and then I just thought, if I'm going to live my life with a load of people who pride themselves on being clever, I know there are going to be plenty of people that I will not get on with. And I may be one of the people that they will not get on with. I think I'd rather go with candor, because I do know how to speak frankly. You can stick your choice in the comments down there. Well, if you've been watching these in the same order that I've recorded them, this is my last one for today. Tomorrow, I'm making a trip up to Ewood Park. I'm very excited about that, and it'll be good to get back to doing football videos again. As I said in my Muppets review, I am going to Leicester as well in a couple of weeks. I will be on the lookout for those Barnsley tickets as soon as they come on sale, and fingers crossed the away leg of the playoffs won't come on a night when I'm working, and it'll be great if we could make it for me to finish off my season's series of videos at Wembley. So all of that is a bit pie in the sky right now, but looking forward to bringing you the Blackburn videos after tomorrow anyway. Cheers.